You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, we're going to talk about Tua Tagovailoa because we got his status for the upcoming game that he's potentially would have played in. And we've also got some cause and effect from that series of events. One, Sunday, supposed back injury. Of course, the NFLPA has fired that, what do they call it? The unaffiliated neuro doctor got the axe. He got out of Dodge. Evidently, he got pretty shitty with the NFLPA, too. And we've seen some fallout from everything going on. Teams, because, and look, that happened on a Sunday, but then you had a standalone Thursday game, and that is the thing. It was a standalone Thursday game. Everybody and their mama was watching. They could actually see the game when the quality was good enough from Amazon. That's probably another video. But now you've got fallout from that, right? So let's take a look at this. Tua Tagovailoa, the effect, at least a dozen players were benched Sunday under the NFL's concussion protocols. This is Yahoo, and then we're going to have an assist from PFT. Following a firestorm of health and safety criticism directed at the NFL for its handling of Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, last week at least 12 players were removed from Sunday's games under the league's concussion protocols. Their neurological evaluations occurred across 8 of 14 games Sunday and appeared to suggest a cautious uptick of emphasis when compared to the numbers from the previous week. During the league's Week 3 slate, only 3 players appeared to be benched. They're calling this a cautious uptick? From 3 players up to 12? Really? That's quite an increase, I would think. Only 3 players appear to be benched after entering concussion protocols. That group didn't include Tagovailoa, who hit his head while facing the Buffalo Bills and then stumbled to the ground as he tried to walk to the huddle, raising concerns about whether he sustained a concussion. Tagovailoa underwent a neurological evaluation at halftime of that game, was ultimately allowed to return to the field. That decision resulted in the NFL Players Association immediately calling for an investigation into whether proper concussion protocols were followed. 4 days later, on the league's primetime Thursday game, Tagovailoa suffered a concussion against Cincinnati Bengals and had to be taken by ambulance to a nearby hospital. In the fallout of the incident, in the wake of pressing questions about what occurred during the Buffalo game, the NFLPA exercised its right to fire the unaffiliated neuro consultant who examined Tagovailoa and allowed him to continue playing. It also spurred the NFL and NFLPA to open discussions about revamping the league's concussion protocol with emphasis on removing players who display any motor instability. And that's the thing. It was so visual, right? That hit in Buffalo, it was so obvious. I don't know where they came up with back injury or who looked at that. But at the very least, Tua got his bell rung. I mean, it was pretty obvious. The NFL and NFLPA announced potential forthcoming, quote, modifications to the concussion protocols on Saturday, leaving open the possibility that changes could be instituted as soon as Week 5. That announcement also set the stage for Sunday, when it was expected officials and teams would be keeping a closer eye on players and moving quickly to get them off the field if it is deemed warranted. Concussion protocols. What resulted was a spat of flaggings and examinations that impacted 2 quarterbacks, 2 star linebackers, and a handful of other players. Wow. And, we was talking about that, me and John Matrix, about the fact that this really could change the game, okay? We may be watching some big games with some backup quarterbacks in the future, which could really suck as far as the on-television product. This could end up really blowing. Could be out of hand, could be overblown. We just don't know. And you wonder, is the Tua situation really and truly an outlier? Okay, because if it's an outlier, once again, as we see with everything else, we're going to have an overcompensation. That's just the way it works. Tua Tagovailoa will not play in Week 5. He will not be on the field in Week 5. Tagovailoa went to the hospital after hitting his head on the turf, being diagnosed with a concussion during last Thursday's loss to the Bengals, and head coach Mike McDaniel told reporters on Monday that the quarterback will not play against the Jets this week. McDaniel said it is too early to come up with any kind of timeline for Tagovailoa when he might be back. With Tagovailoa out, Teddy Bridgewater will start on Thursday with Skylar Thompson serving as a backup. And it goes on to talk about all the things we just talked about in the previous article. So, yeah, now you're seeing the effect, cause and effect. Like I said, is it overcompensation? I don't know. Maybe. Kind of feels like it may be an overreaction, overcompensation to everything going on. I understand erring with caution. But, man, they have taken so much out of the game from a physicality standpoint that it looks like such a different game than it did, say, even 15 years ago, right? You especially see it with wide receivers trying to run across the middle, as in they can run across the middle now without getting their head knocked off. That was a no-go back in the day. That was not going to happen. That's one of the biggest things that changed the way the game is played now. So, there it is. Tua is out. Should he be out? You got to wonder. I mean, would he? We know if they let him go, they let him out of the hospital. I'm thinking in previous times, Tua would have been cleared to play here probably. I don't know. There's been no word about whether he's still having any headaches or anything concussion related coming out about him right now. And if it does come out, I don't know how that's going to be accepted or recepted. Either one. Peace. I'm out. Until next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.